Mind over matter, overcompensating, overstatements, crookedness relative, the soul's churn in return, mental overstimulation, one word, riveting. Greetings to everyone out there, all the listeners and supporters. Thank you for supporting what we do. I'm looking forward to this one. We have a special guest on today, and it has been a pleasure, just reading about what you're about, and I have a few questions about that myself, truth be told. But yes, good to be here. And our special guest today is an accomplished educator, artist, non-profit leader, and if I get this right, the Rodney Eric Enterprise.
Rodney Eric Lopez Enterprises, yes.
Pardon me, Rodney Eric Lopez Enterprise.
Yeah.
Mr. Rodney Lopez, welcome to MadPo3t Podcast. How are you, sir?
Oh man, thank you, Alex. It's good to be here. Good to be with you. I know it's been a while in scheduling, but I'm glad we were finally able to lock this down. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Absolutely. But I'm so happy that we actually, managed to do this, because I have questions.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Pardon me, I'm just a little bit recovering from the flu, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
And my voice is a little bit hoarse. But,
right. Sound great.
Right. Let me share something with you before we start. Just a quote. Shining stars, so far, they seem alien. I wished I knew their names. A groupful company, never knowing when the moments will soar for me. The sprinting of the light across the centuries, light years like nightmares, predicting comets and a world ablaze, petulant ways. A dictator with a destructive trade, selling misery as a profession. Deathful eyes, living regretful ways, yet defined by a laughful cry. Characterized amnesia in many ways. Just a quote. Just a quote.
It's a powerful one. Where does it come from?
Oh, this was I found this one in the archive. I think I must have wrote it about a month ago.
Oh, it's your work.
Yeah.
It sounds incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, something from the old MadPo3t archive. I wanted to share with you, but it sort of alluded to, some of the things I hear. Well, really, the idea. One of the things that really resonated with me about this piece, especially the piece that I quoted, was the seeing. And sometimes it's what you see. Sometimes it's talk about the age, the distance, in so many different ways, capacity, aspects of sight. Sometimes you see more by losing your sight. You see more by the other senses that don't necessarily is literally seeing, yet you see so much more. So I suppose that's the idea of where I really wanted to kind of share with this piece, in a sense.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing that work with me and with your listeners. I think that my work as a dancer fits right in with what you're talking about. I have spent my adult life first as a hobbyist and then eventually as a professional, dancing salsa and other social dances, but primarily salsa, and other art forms, teaching children teaching adults. And what is really true for me is that while yes, I can physically see with my eyes and I can see what my body is doing and see what my partner's body is doing, it's really about a full body sensory experience that dance is. It is about touch. It is about hearing the music and connecting to the music and the vibrations of the music, about connecting to another human being physically, the pounding of your feet on the floor, the sweat that comes out of your body, especially when you're in a very intense dance moment, right? These are multi-sensory experiences that are transcendent. And so I believe that the body, when it's dancing, is really at its most honest, it's at its most truthful, because you really can't hide your emotions. You can't be dishonest when you're dancing. And so I love that you opened with that passage, and I think it ties directly into this art form that I'm talking about in my new book and what I've done, for most of my adult life.
It's funny you say that because I did have a very question. Perhaps I was going to look, wait to warm things up a little bit, but okay. I suppose we can go into it.
Okay.
In your talk, perhaps you could give us some more information on this. But a memoir, I don't speak Spanish, but I understand everything when I'm dancing. Yes. I'd love to hear more about that, and particularly the title.
Yeah.
I think that's so telling.
It's so funny because I loved the title of when I decided I wanted to write this book and tell this story. This was the only title that I could use. It was the only one that felt true for me. And every single person who has seen it or heard it says the same thing. They're intrigued by it. And what's funny is that the book editor was trying to talk me out of using it. They felt it was too long. And I said, no, I've got to keep it because it hits and it resonates. And I'm glad that I stuck to my guns. Essentially, the title of the book is actually the title of a song by the same name. And there's a song called I Don't Speak Spanish, but I Understand Everything When I'm Dancing. And I learned about it because I was part of a dance company that did a performance to that song many years ago. And in the song, it's a salsa song that it's not sung, it's spoken word. It's a spoken word poetry over this music. And it's a woman who's basically telling her story, which is, I don't speak Spanish, but when I hear the drums, when I hear the rhythms, when I hear the Afro-Cuban, Afro-Caribbean rhythms of salsa, it touches me in a place that language doesn't even have access to. And when I heard that song 20 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I can't remember how long it was now, but it was telling exactly my story. I was born and raised in New York in the Bronx to parents from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, and my parents were born and raised in Puerto Rico speaking Spanish. Spanish was their first language. They came to New York. They met in New York, but they came to New York individually, and both of them struggled at first learning how to speak English, and at different times were discriminated against because they couldn't speak English. And so when I was born and they chose to raise me speaking English only. They didn't want me to experience the same kind of discriminatory feelings that they had when they were coming up as migrants from Puerto Rico. And so while that intention was really good on their part, what they didn't anticipate was the shame that I was going to feel later when I couldn't fully participate in the language of my family and in the language of my community. So I grew up with a lot of shame around not being able to speak Spanish. And it was a really heavy burden for me. And so I decided in high school to learn how to speak English. But the problem is by the time you're learning high school Spanish, you don't sound like your community. You sound like your Spanish comes from a textbook. And then I got made fun of for sounding like a gringo speaking Spanish. So it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. And it wasn't until I got exposed to salsa dancing that I found that there was another way to access my Puerto Rican culture, because salsa is a very New Yorican art form. And so I was able to access my heritage and my culture in this other way. And so the book is about that story, about how I found my way through all of that. And it's about language shame, it's about identity, and it's about the power of salsa dancing to sort of reconnect me to my roots. So that's the story behind the title of the book.
That's beautiful. And there's so much to touch on. But it does bring a bit more context to why, man, I hear so much. It's culture, but also, there's rhythm, there's so many things, and to tap into frequencies pertaining to what is so close to your heart, sort of thing. And of course, dancing. So this is where I was with it, and I was curious about this. So I'm gonna have to babble a little bit. So that essentially, I'm thinking to myself, do you think rhythm is a hidden sound? Or what I'm getting at is another chamber of understanding, someone like the sixth sense or the third eye. I'm sure you've heard of the many who lose sight but give testament of the greater vision. When losing a sight, like the ability to see, you enhance others in your possession, giving you the ability to still filter your environment. Just hold on to that. So rhythm may be an oversimplification in a sense, but the resonance is uncanny, in my opinion, because it's pivotal to understanding so much in our environment, if not the world. But to go further, there are things in this world we get to understand. For example, the pyramids, how many were built? Some were built that certain great minds are still trying to figure out to this day how they were built. I guess what I'm saying is, I wonder, if we're simply using the wrong senses and intellectual tools to see, perhaps we're not worthy, perhaps we're not worthy, because it takes a certain lens or resonance, certain rhythm, only gained through sacrifice that we've not made to see this or feel it. I'm sure there's a question in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is, but I do want to say, what you brought up is, you're touching on themes that are profound. You're touching on questions and concepts that humans have been wrestling with for millennia. And I absolutely agree. There are things there is knowledge that is on the one hand may be hidden, and on the other hand may be as plain as the nose on our faces if we're willing to look, and if we have the eyes to see them, right? And so when I talk about, in my experience, when I talk about dance, for instance, to use modern language, I say that dance is the most democratic art form we have, because dance is the one art form that every single human being has access to. It is unmediated. I don't need anything physical outside of my body to participate in dance. I don't need an instrument, a paintbrush, a computer. I don't need anything. All I need is my body. And we have danced as a species before we've done anything else artistic, right? We've made beats, we've made rhythms, and we've danced to them. And every culture on this planet has a dance form. Every culture has some form of movement, whether it is sacred or whether it is secular. We all move to some kind of music. It may sound different, it may look different from region to region, but dance is a fundamental aspect of our humanity. And I think what Western culture has done is Western culture has divided the mind and the body, and it's privileged the mind and the cognitive over the body, and it has given us messages that the body and the flesh is carnal and it's somehow bad or lower or beneath the cognitive powers. And I think that what our ancestors understood is those things are indivisible, that dance and the body gives us access to higher energies and higher powers. So you know, it's for some people this conversation feels a little bit woo-woo, maybe it feels a little bit esoteric, but I think it is absolutely fundamental to who we are as human beings that we dance. And that's why I say, I don't speak Spanish, but I understand everything when I'm dancing. There's an understanding that takes place when I'm dancing that makes me Puerto Rican, even if I don't speak a word of Spanish. And so the level of understanding and connectedness that I have to culture transcends the cognitive powers of language.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. But it's funny at the same time, you know, I think just what you just said there is, you speak for so many people that's come from different communities, but you migrate and you sort of feel like you lose, as you said, your mother tongue. You lose that sense of rootedness. You know, to be in a place, you might be distant, but you're still connected by this umbilical cord of sense. It's just there, you know, and it's like this thing that never was, but it always has been, you know, even if you weren't born there. And I think that's a powerful thing.
Yeah. And I think that what happens is that when we migrate or we immigrate from our home country to a new country where there's a different dominant culture, right? We have to contend with what it means to negotiate our home culture with the new culture that we're in. And it's important to name that people leave their home countries for different reasons. Some people leave willingly, some people leave unwillingly, some people leave just because they want to expand their opportunities. Some people leave because they're refugees. Like there's different reasons that people migrate and immigrate to different places. So you can't make blanket statements about everybody's experiences.
Yeah.
But what you can say is that once you are in a new nation and you have to wrestle with a dominant culture that speaks a language that is not your language, now you are living in a place of tension, and you have to make decisions around whether you want to assimilate, whether you want to hold on to that which comes from home, and those decisions get even more difficult now when there's a second generation and there's a third generation. So now you have children and you have grandchildren in this new place. And now all of a sudden, maybe the grandchildren, when you go to Sunday dinner or a holiday dinner with the family, now the grandchildren can't speak with grandma, right, in the home language. And now there's guilt, there's shame associated with that, because maybe grandma is telling their kids, why didn't you teach the kids how to speak Spanish or Indian or Chinese or whatever it is? And now you're negotiating, oh, but now I'm American, or now I'm British, and now I have to be this new thing, right? So these are very emotionally challenging things that we don't address enough, I think. And we carry the shame around transmitting language and transmitting culture. But Alex, you know, these aren't just personal decisions. These are decisions that get made in the context of nationalist policy, immigration policy, educational policy, right? Business and commerce. So this book is really about inviting people into a healing space around this. Like if you're carrying like some kind of language shame because you don't speak the mother tongue, it may not be your fault. There are other forces at work, and it's important to acknowledge them.
Absolutely, absolutely. But that takes me to the other thing I wanted to inquire about.
Yeah.
You know, rich resume, of course, but the primary things: educator, artist, non-profit leader. Now, before I ask the question, I would like to know, from your vantage point, how do you classify your work and what you do pertaining to value and worth, especially to yourself?
Yeah, I struggled with this for a long time because the marketplace wants you to define yourself by a title, right? Are you, because that is how you buy and sell your professionalism, right? The marketplace says, what are you? What is your title? What is your experience? Because that's how I'm going to value what I pay you. And I think that when we get caught in that kind of framework, we can sort of compartmentalize who we are.
Yeah.
And I think that's more problematic than it should be. So to answer your question, where I've landed is I see myself first and foremost as an educator. Education is what I do, because in every role that I've been in, teaching artist, public affairs manager, senior associate at a national public relations firm, executive director of a nonprofit organization, everywhere that I've been, the thing that has animated me most in my work are the aspects of my work where I'm doing an education, where there's an education component, where I'm teaching, where I'm instructing, where I'm coaching, where I'm supporting other people in finding their gifts. I think that's a natural gift of mine. I learned that very early, but I couldn't name it until very recently. I always thought a teacher was just somebody who sat in front of a classroom, but actually teaching happens in lots of different contexts. And so I think who I am at my core is I'm an educator, and education can look like a lot of different things. Now in this season, I'm teaching through this book, but I teach in dance studios. I teach on the block at a block party when I'm teaching a salsa lesson or a line dance lesson. It's all education. And so I think more than anything else, I'm an educator.
Amazing. You gave me a different spin on what, just teaching or just that whole thing is by itself. But what is it that compels you to give and be of value and service as much as you are to people or just society in general?
Well, there's two things. I think first, I wouldn't be where I am without the people who poured into me, right? Like no one gets to where they are without people investing in you. And that starts with your parents or with your first family. It starts with teachers, maybe some who saw something in you that others didn't, people who nurtured a gift. Maybe it's mentors, maybe it's people in your religious or faith community. Along the way, I've just been blessed to have so many people who have supported me in one way or another. So you honor that by paying it forward, and that term, sometimes paying it forward, sounds kind of cliche, but I think it's true. It's you reap what you sow, and so if people sow into you, you want to sow into others. So I think service has always been part of who I've wanted to be in my work. And then the other thing is that, especially with the work that I do, which is teaching dance and building community through dance and building teams through dance, man, there's never a time when I do it where where at the end of my session, people don't leave my sessions way more joyful than when they walked in. And I walk into some situations where people they're scowling, they're grumpy, they don't want to be there. But if they just give me enough space to work with them for 45 minutes or an hour, they leave feeling better than they came in the room. And that's children and that's adults. And so when I see the impact I'm able to have, even if it's just for an hour, that's what keeps me going, because I know that I've brought joy and fulfillment into somebody's life.
Amazing, man. Amazing. After hearing your answer, I think I have an idea what you'd say to this one, but of all the hats you wear, which one has been the most impactful?
Well, certainly, I think the most impactful has been my role as a teaching artist, where in my work, I brought dance, particularly ballroom dance and social dance, into public schools in New York City and in other places that I've had the privilege to visit. And I think that's been the most impactful because that's, you're working with children. And when you work with children, there's something really inspiring about seeing children moved through art, right? So art is I think it's just the most powerful way to reach kids. And whether it's music, whether it's theater, it could be anything. I think arts education is one of the most important forms of education that we can provide to children. And certainly in the United States, we have seen over the last 2 generations a significant decrease in financial support for arts education, and that's tragic. So when I go into a classroom and I'm able to light up a room full of 25 or 30 kids, and especially when I get to work with them over many sessions, their lives are changed. They may not all love to dance. Some of the kids may even hate dancing, and that's okay. They don't have to love it. But the fact that they have the opportunity to be exposed to it, that's the important thing. They may never dance again, but you can't deny that something in their body has been touched by it. And so that has been the most impactful part of my work is seeing children's lives change through dance.
Man, that's amazing. We don't have much more time, but I want to get this one question in.
Yeah.
This may sound somewhat, existential, but I would love to hear your opinion. Why do you think we're here?
It is existential, and yet it is essential, right? It is both existential and essential that we wrestle with that question. And way smarter people than me have tried to answer it, but I'll give it a shot. I think we're here to serve, we're here to love, we're here we're here to give our gift. That's what we're here to do. We each have a gift, and it's locked inside of us. So I think we're here to identify the gift and then serve the gift. That's what we're here to do. Because because I think a lot of people, they walk through this earth and they die never releasing their gift.
Yeah.
And that's the tragedy. That's the tragedy, right? I don't know who said it, right? But there was a famous quote that says, "Don't die with your music still inside of you," right? Like we have music, we have a gift to give, and it's as unique as our footprint. There's a million dance teachers out there. There's a million, and some of them are way more gifted than I am. But that's not the point. The point is I have a unique way of delivering my gift. And so it's my responsibility to give it in the community that I'm called to give it in, right? You water where you're planted. And so where I'm planted, I'm supposed to water. And that's why I'm here.
I like the answer. I suppose where I'm coming from with this is similar to what you're so. I think to oversimplify it, I think you can only be yourself, and only you can be you.
That's right.
As in the best version of yourself. So, in terms of like the why you're here, why is being, isn't it? That's the simplest mechanics of why I'm being. So whatever I be is it's pretty much my why. So,
yeah, I agree. And I think that, you know, there is being, and I can be, but only be someone who takes from my environment, right? I think if the only thing I do is take from my environment, I'm out of balance with the natural world. I need to give, right? Like, we breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, and then the trees take the carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. It's reciprocal. And so I think part of my being is to receive from people and receive from my world, but it's also to give back. And I think that that's when we're in balance with nature.
You're right. It was never a one-way situation. You know, if you think about anything, it's always reciprocal. You know, we give to the plants give to us. It's always an ecosystem at work. So there is a certain pattern to things. If you look at just the ants and how they do things, you know, there's always like a structure to, you know, how they go about their business. And it just makes you wonder about the universe, which is the same thing. You know, it's just a total constant nuts and bolts and mechanics. And we just sort of kind of fit in that whole thing as well.
That's right. Absolutely. 100%.
It was a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
No, I appreciate you, and thank you for giving me some of your time and the ability to just shoot it with you in this space. And I hope your listeners, you know, have found something of value in this conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Rodney Eric Lopez. Get your name right that time.
Yes, perfect.
Thanks so much. Take care.
You got it, brother.
Mind over matter, overcompensating, overstatements, crookedness related, a soul's churn in return, mental overstimulation, one word, riveting.